Weather's brought to you by Milwaukee Area Napa Auto Care Association. Rain all day. Stay inside or get wet. It's up to you. You're an adult.
A Super Bowl champion.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook and on the free Odyssey app.
High noon and welcome in. This is the Mason Crosby Show. Mitch Nellis, Tommy Wirtz, and rocking the Capo Verde jersey. He is all in on the tiny island state. He is the one, the only, the man who understands about using your legs because he is the kicker, Mason Crosby.
The leg, yes. Unlike Tommy, I do like a nice human interest story. So,
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
You know, Capo Verde is they are the human interest story as of right now in the World Cup, tying Spain in their first game. I mean, this is my second team now. You know, it's USA all the way, and then we're gonna go with the Sharks, and I'm gonna hope they get through to the knockout stage.
Inhabited until Portuguese colonization in the 15th century. The nation gained independence in 1975, known for
So they're 1 year older than me.
Oh, nice. My gosh. You're almost as old as a country, dude. That is brutal.
That just took
That is brutal. The nation gained independence, and it's known for its stable democracy, vibrant Creole culture.
Nice.
And
I bet the food is delicious.
It's amazing.
Love Creole.
491,000 as of 2021 among the least populous countries in Africa.
So it's just smaller than the city of Milwaukee. Milwaukee's like 520, I believe.
Could you imagine if Milwaukee won the World Cup? That'd be awesome.
And I was looking it up like as all this was going down, and we're actually taking a trip to Africa after Christmas next year
with Thunder and Tommy.
Well, if you go to Cape Verde, it is the third largest nesting site for loggerhead turtles.
That's right. Our plan is actually maybe take a couple days, do a little after, because we're doing like a mission trip and doing some stuff with Vapor Ministries, and so after that, maybe like stop there for a couple days and get a couple beach time.
81.7% Christianity in Capo Verde.
Boa Vista's waters.
So I don't know how much you wouldn't have to do too much work there. Most people are already on board.
Trip. That's like go and like get the little beach vacation after the mission.
Well,
trip.
Be careful. The Boa Vista's waters are breeding grounds for humpback whales.
Oh, gosh. Just ride. That's a fun ride. That's a great afternoon. Just jump on
I don't think you want to mess with them when they're breeding.
You don't want to get a humpback whale on you.
Yeah. This is the Mason Crosby Show all across the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. What is up? Hey, Madison. How about Robert Gasser? Let's go. Let's jump right in. Like
the gas was loose.
He was. It was. He lit the match last night and he just put the fire out on the bats of the Cleveland Guardians.
The match.
We keep talking about Miz and Harrison, and as we should. Like they are unbelievable. They've been unbelievable. They continue to be unbelievable. And we keep talking about like Henderson, Sprout, Gasser, Woody when he comes back.
Yeah.
Priester, obviously last year, maybe not this year, but like who are going to be those other guys if the Brewers don't make a move for a veteran number 3, or if Henderson comes back, or if Woody comes back. It is performances like this Like, listen, before he pitched this year, Gasser had pitched in 5 major league games, and his ERA was under 3. So he's had some rough outings this year. But last night he showed us, and I told you guys last week that even though he got a little lit up it was in Vegas, right?
Yep.
That he still only walked 2 and struck out 7 guys.
Yeah, Vegas doesn't count.
Right, Vegas doesn't count.
What happens in Vegas, it stays there. I mean, the saying is there for a reason.
Yep. So I'm not all in on Robert Gasser as like a member of the staff for the rest of the year. But performances like last night have to bring us joy and happiness. And it's okay to have temporary joy and happiness without putting the pressure on him that like, all right, he's got to be this guy now.
Well,
no, let's just be happy.
There's no pressure, but there is opportunity for Robert Gasser.
That's Tommy.
Like that.
Whoa, Mason, how wise is Tommy?
That is so wise.
That is so wise.
The opportunity stems from that number 5 starter spot is absolutely up for grabs.
Right,
for
wide
Robert
open, right?
Gasser. It is if the Brewers have a healthy rotation. There is no debating. It is the first 4 in whatever order you'd like to be: Miz, Harrison, Woody, and Henderson. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That 5th spot now could. I would think.
I didn't even mention Drowan, by the way.
I think the leader in the clubhouse is Brandon Sproat. I think that's the leader in the clubhouse.
Unless they really want a lefty. Unless they want another lefty.
But I also think that Drowan out of the bullpen is much more valuable than maybe Sproat out of the bullpen. So that's why I think that number 5 starter spot, while Drowan is a candidate, Crow is a candidate, Gasser is a candidate, and those 4 guys now I think are going to be battling for who is going to be that number 5 guy. Now, when Woody and Henderson come back, obviously 2 guys are going to go down, and that would probably lead to Crow and Gasser being sent down. But then maybe it is just Drowan versus Sproat. But if Gasser starts to pitch and starts to impress, he's going to make it a lot tougher of a decision. And to your point, Mitch, until his Tommy John, Gasser we were as excited about Robert Gasser as maybe any pitching prospect this Brewers team had in the system. Maybe not quite the level of Mizorowski hype, but after that, it was Robert Gasser. And this is the Robert Gasser we saw before the Tommy John. I like
what you said. Opportunity, right? He has this opportunity, and last night he seized it. I mean, 92 pitches with 62 strikes. I mean, the guy throws a ton of strikes. He's getting guys out. He's not giving guys opportunity to like just go, just rake off of him too, right? It's like how he's pitching is, he's given the defense opportunities to get guys out. Only 2 hits. I mean, yeah, that was a great outing last night.
I have a question for Mason Crosby. Would you rather be a year early on a take or a year late on a take as well?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Interesting.
Neither?
Well, I only say this because
as Mitchell sends one deep right center. Goodbye.
You're trying to take, pat yourself on the back.
No, I'm trying to pat
me on the back.
Mitch Nellis on the back
for calling Mitchell.
Well, he was all in on Garrett Mitchell last year.
Last year I predicted like 30-30 all-star year, going to be amazing. And it even took a couple months this year to get going. But I assume, I don't know if you have the numbers right in front of you, Tommy, but as we know, those June numbers for Garrett Mitchell, he's off the charts. He does it again last night. But you got, and we'll get back to Mitchell. But Mason, I want to give you and Tommy props as well, because Mason, you asked, is Terang in a slump? And Tommy immediately said, no, day off, Terang's back. And then Terang goes yard 2 to start things off.
I would play that, but Sophia Minert was talking to Cooper Pratt's parents as it's going.
Oh, really?
Literally.
Is it fun? Is it funny at least?
No, they stopped talking. Like it was just crowd.
Okay.
Isn't it so funny with Terang now though? Like I question if he's like playing or like batting okay whenever in the last 13 games he had 3 games that he didn't get a hit in.
Yeah.
But he's still, did he get on base? Like he probably still walked a couple times. Like it's just like
a couple hits last night.
Just so good.
He's
just so ridiculous.
Good.
So whenever he's not exceptional, you're like, is he like, what's wrong with him?
Well, and Garrett
Mitchell's gotten to that level now.
And Garrett Mitchell's OPS in June is now over 1,000.
Garrett Mitchell in his last 23 games 333, 388, 615 slash
615 is crazy. That is a huge slugging percentage.
That is a 1.004 OPS. He has
1,004 here in English.
4 homers in that stretch for Garrett Mitchell. And if Garrett Mitchell is good, this Brewers team is really good, guys.
Wasn't that your line, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Was it Garrett Mitchell that hangs? No, it's Hamilton. Right?
No, Hamilton.
I thought it was Hamilton.
Hamilton performs better in wins than he does in losses for the Brewers.
Hamilton was our hinge player.
But if Garrett Mitchell is good, this lineup
Hamilton a little bit.
This lineup is now 7 deep, pretty strong. I mean, if you're talking about what Terang and Churio and Yelich have been at the top of the order, we all love Wild Bill, Vaughn and Bowers doing their thing. Those are the front 6. And if Garrett Mitchell is good and they can go 7 deep during this, the Brewers are also ridiculous in game 1 of a series this year. Ridiculous. It's stupid. So they're 0-1 in game 4 of a series. They are 13-9 in game 3 of a series. They are 12-11 in game 2 of a series. In game 1s, they are 19-5 this year in the first game of a series.
Crazy.
And I believe they won 12 in a row this first game of a series.
Series openers?
Yes, first game.
That's not
crazy.
All right, so Mason, obviously football's very different. There's no series. Like you're just playing a game. But let's talk about the importance real quick of winning the first quarter, of sending a message, because I think that's kind of similar to winning that game 1 of a series and sending that message, which the Brewers at now 44-26,
the best 70 games to start a season in franchise history.
Yeah, that you send that kind of message, Mason, and it's being heard loud and clear by the rest of the league. This Brewers team is not to be trifled with.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's questioning. Like this is just a flash in the pan, like a team that doesn't do it the way that all these the Dodgers and the Mets and all these other teams do. It's like the Brewers do it the right way. They get the players that are going to play the game. Now they brought Cooper Pratt up, and we'll talk about him a little bit because we got to evaluate his first outing. But they're just willing to do the things that some of these other teams aren't, and they get great pitching. Like last night, even what's his name?
Kunal or Ashby?
Well, no, I mean it's like okay, you go with Gasser, he gets 5 2/3, and then they came in and I mean the bullpen did what it needed to do. I thought Uribe and McGill had great, they finished the game strong. I don't like it. He scares you.
No, but Trevor McGill is back.
Yes,
Trevor McGill finished this game.
McGill was
like a champ.
Nasty.
McGill,
honestly, Ashby with 10 wins, like that's he was probably the only one like that didn't pitch like I thought exceptionally well in this game. But
he did
10 wins. He's the first to 10 wins. Like, he's 10-0. Like that is insane.
He's got to make the All-Star team.
Probably.
He's 10-0. Like I don't care. I don't care what the rest of it looks like. 10-0, you got to make the All-Star.
Trevor McGill started with a 14.40 ERA over his first 6 appearances. He gave up 8 earned runs in his first 5 innings of work this year. And now in his last 21 innings, he has given up just 4 earned runs. It is a 1.71 ERA in that
Trevor
time.
McGill. That's Trevor McGill.
And Trevor McGill on the season now, a 4.15. So he's dropped his ERA 12 points. 10 points in the last 21 appearances now for him after getting off to the horrendous start. And yesterday, Trevor McGill, when he is breathing so hard, like, because he does these like type, like you can tell
to calm himself down.
Is like trying to like lock in a little bit because he is so psycho that he wants to just go out there and throw the baseball as hard as he can every time, and he's touching 100 again. Like Trevor McGill looks like he is back.
If the playoffs started today, I know. Oh, I love that. The playoffs started today, is this the lineup that you go out with? obviously Mizorowski pitching, and then
Ooh.
would this be the lineup?
Oh yeah.
Sal
sure.
Frelick out of this lineup.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah.
And do you like Bowers at right field?
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, I don't like.
Just put Bowers.
I don't like Bowers at right field in a playoff game.
He should probably be in left. I would love to see Garrett Mitchell move to a corner and Churio play center.
Couldn't Churio play right? Didn't he play some right earlier in his career?
I don't know why. Is it harder to play right field or left field at AmFam?
Right is harder.
Right is harder. That's what I thought.
Just in general, the throw, the angles. Right is harder than left.
But that's not
especially
the
if
case.
you're right-handed. Like if you're right-handed, right?
Yeah, that's not the case everywhere. Well, he is lefty, Bowers.
Yeah.
That's why. I mean,
I
feel like that would be.
He must have a stronger arm than Churio.
Maybe he could.
I mean, I have to assume or else he wouldn't be playing right.
But like, if for instance, if
you can't put a noodle, you can't put a noodle out there.
Right.
You got to be able to rip.
If you were playing in Houston, like that left field is so little league, right? Like then would you put?
I think you'd put Bowers in left.
Bowers in left
because there's less ground. Well, Bowers played in left in Houston and had that diving catch in the gap.
I know. He's amazing. He's amazing. Everything he does. I know.
414-677-1250 is the Nicolay Law Talk and text line. 414-677-1250. Tommy and Bayview, we got to ask this question. What is weak sauce Frelick's OPS, especially after grinding out with the bases loaded? Tommy, I wanted to get your take. Andrew Vaughn coming up with the bases loaded against a righty. They pinch hit Frelick. He grounds out. I like the concept of keeping Frelick active and getting him at bats. I want him to turn it around. His OPS is 611, which is really bad for the season. I know it was a little bit better in June. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't look it up.
Sitting 267 over his last 15.
Okay, so that's something that's not terrible. What did you think in that instance at that time when they pinch hit him? What was that, the 6th or the 7th?
What I didn't understand is they were talking about how this right-handed pitcher is deadly against lefties too. I think he was like, I think lefties were only
have a hard time taking Vaughn out.
Right.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that as well.
That's more of a managerial, like old school baseball. That's like the baseball analytics, right? Where it's like, hey, I guess it's new age. It's probably more new age, right? Where it's like analytic, and you're like, oh well, we got to put a lefty in against this guy and all that. I'm like, you got Vaughn at the plate. Like, let's give him a go. Like, I think that's probably a better option in my mind.
And with that said, we know Vaughn's going to come back to earth a little bit. I mean, he was at 370. He's down to 347. He's not a 350 hitter. He's not, Tommy. Guys, he's not. He
hit 310 last year with them.
Right. That's still not 350.
Sure.
Like 350. Could he hit 300? Yes. And I still like getting Sal some at bats, but it's getting harder and harder to play him.
Well,
right?
I think Sal Frelick has lost his job for the time being. I think the best lineup is no longer involving Sal Frelick.
Then Blake's got to go. Then Blake's got to go because if Sal's going to be the defensive replacement,
Blake will be gone when
you don't need two defensive replacements.
When Lockridge comes back. Lockridge's going to be back within the month.
That's right. Lockridge is coming back.
Blake will be gone by then. I think Sal Frelick lost his job because he is not in the A, and he's not in the A lineup. That's what I mean. When I say lost his job, he's not in the A lineup.
Right.
The A lineup was yesterday. That was the A lineup. Whatever you want to do.
You can move that outfield around.
You move those front 7 guys in the order based on who's hot, who's not. But those are the 9 best players on the Milwaukee Brewers.
Justin in Germantown wants to know, does Sal have any options left? Could you send him down to Nashville and work on it a little bit?
I don't know. I can look it up.
I would send him down right now before Lockridge gets back. Let Perkins be the defensive replacement and hopefully bring him back. If he can figure it out. Is it worth, Tommy, should we play this Pratt? Mason,
we got to talk about Cooper Pratt.
Yeah. Can I play the montage? Is the montage?
Don't play the montage. That's not the one. That's not the right one. That was just what was on air, what they showed yesterday. Okay. So, but this is the Cooper Pratt that I think stood out yesterday.
Rengifo. Here's Pratt. Let's see if he makes his play. Kind of slipped a little and throws it away.
Ooh.
And he'll have his first error in the big leagues. Looked like he lost his footing there, Vinny.
Yeah, sailed that throw a little bit.
Yeah. The Cooper Pratt experience also had
part of the reason why you guys like him so much. And a ground ball to short. And the first at bat is in the book.
That was everything that you needed to know from Cooper Pratt's debut. We graded it yesterday, and I gave him a D+ on the grade.
D+.
Well, he went 0 for 3. Okay, didn't strike out, but
didn't strike out though,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he got the bat on the ball.
Okay,
ground out.
Ground out. Yep. Okay, so how good of a day can you have without getting a hit? Right. Let's start with that.
Yep.
Second. He made an error. Which,
that was his first attempt.
It was his second. It was the second ball hit to him. The first one he turned the double play with Terang, but it was Canacorn. I mean, anyone can do that play.
Yeah, we'll do it in July at the softball game.
So I was going to go to C- with the error, and then if you've been hearing the previews that's been running during the day here, he missed the sign from Pat Murphy. He didn't look down to third base. He could have had his first career hit if he saw the sign, because they were going to do a hit and run, and he hit it to second base, or second base would have covered the bag. So, D+ for your first day. Nowhere to go but up from here, hopefully. But you were marketed as a premium defender, and you blew it on that, and you didn't get a hit. So that's just the day. It doesn't mean that I'm not excited for Cooper Pratt, but you definitely get a D+.
And in its 3 at-bats, he only saw 10 pitches.
Yeah.
Which is not a huge, not a huge number.
Yeah, I wasn't working for it. But do you think that there's something like we talked about, like, did he almost come out too relaxed? Because that's another thing because I was watching him warm up before the game and seeing some of that, like, it almost looked a little too casual for my liking, where he was kind of, just like patting and, doing everything a little, almost trying to stay really loose instead of being like, all right, I'm locked in and I'm going to over exaggerate everything.
Good point.
Those are sometimes young guys have to deal with.
Well, and the last thing,
we'll keep an eye on.
The last thing about Cooper Pratt, he does not need to be any better than the 8th best player on this team.
Right.
He does not need. This is not the Cooper Pratt era. This is not it. This year, he needs to be the 8th best player on this team. Yep. The first 7 guys in that lineup will carry Cooper Pratt's time so far with the Milwaukee Brewers. He does not. If he is better than any of those guys, he's way ahead of the game.
Yeah, I love that. Mason wants robots to run the world. That is next on the Mason. Alex Lasry is going to join us around 12:40. He, of course, the CEO of the New York site of the World Cup. So we'll talk some World Cup. And, of course, we'll talk some Bucks with him, because he was a VP with the Bucks, and his dad owned the Bucks until he sold them to Haslam, which we can make fun of Alex for, his dad cashing out and making billions like that.
Yeah, make fun of him for that.
Yeah, exactly. Plenty more to come here on the Mason Crosby Show. It's broccoli time. It's not high noon. It's broccoli time here on the Mason Crosby Show. I'm trying, man.
You lost any LBs?
Yeah, I'm down 16, man.
Oh, proud of you, man.
Which,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get cocky about it because I'm like, I'm down 16, I can cheat. And it's like, no, I still got like 15 to go.
Yeah, just stay the course.
But I have cheated, and I've noticed that when I cheat, I'm able to maintain. Like last weekend, like friends had a block party. So I hit it up and I had way too many chips, but like I didn't overdo it then by having I had no desserts. And so I was able to maintain, and that's part of the process, right, Mace?
Study is the course. Yeah, just keep it going.
Thank you. This is the Mason Crosby Show. Mitch Nellis, Tommy Wirtz are here with you as well. 262 lets us know that Ortiz has 2 options remaining. Garrett Mitchell has 3. Blake Perkins has 2. Sal has 3. So they can do some roster maneuvering over the next couple of weeks if they want to. I know Sal's not going down, but I kind of want him to. I wouldn't mind him going down to play every day. No. Because he's not playing every day up here. He's just not.
Oh, he's not.
Maybe
right.
See if his back.
So I'd almost rather he play every day, like almost in a way promising him that you're coming back. Like you're coming back, but we just want you to play every day for 3 weeks.
Are we in the trust tree?
Mason and I are. I don't know what you are, Tommy.
Yeah,
we're here.
I'd rather them explore trade options.
I think I would too, but remember, who's
going to trade?
Who's trading for Sal Frelick, bro?
I don't know.
Is somebody just looking at his numbers from last year? But
I want him to be great, and I want him to do really well for this team. But yeah, he's just in a bad spot right now. So
you know who would trade from him?
The Red Sox.
Red Sox.
It's where he's from Boston. He's literally from Boston.
Nice. Like they'll probably give us their ace for Sal Frelick.
Oh, right. Garrett Crochet for Sal Frelick.
We'll give him Quinn Priester and Sal Frelick.
Yeah,
you can get him back.
You can have Quinn back, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Is everybody ready for Tommy's head to explode? Because
let's go.
We're about to get into a topic that I know is going to make Tommy just steam from the ears. I was looking at something popped up, and it's like it was a question of like when is it time to just make ABS and digital and like the computer generated strikes and balls like a full-time thing in Major League Baseball.
No,
there was another
umpire, but not calling balls and strikes.
Yeah, not calling balls and strikes. The umpire behind the plate the other night, I think, had 9 that got overturned. And some were egregious, honestly. It was like, how was that called a ball or a strike? The ball was literally, 8 inches above the strike zone. It was high.
Yeah.
So why would it, what's stopping us from just it being like, all right, balls and strikes, you have something that just calls it. There's it's just called every time with the ABS. The ABS has proven to be and it's not flawed. Like, have we seen any big egregious issues with ABS?
Yep.
All right.
What issues have we seen with ABS?
Tell us what, bro.
Not because the umpires are we're trusting ABS more than we are the umps at this point. Tell me, Tommy.
We're here for you, bro.
The answer. Why is that not the answer?
What issues have we seen?
Well, first of all, in Las Vegas, it didn't work.
Right.
And it's happened at multiple parks where it didn't work.
Right. For a pitch. And then it's pretty much gotten fixed pretty quickly.
You guys just want to ruin the game I love. That's it. That's why. And I told you.
But you have no.
I told you this would happen.
What will happen?
I told you this would happen.
That what would happen?
Because what you're doing is you are phasing it in. You are. Are you okay? Did you hit the button over there?
I did. I hit the
You are
mouse.
phasing it in
and
to where it will continue to be more. It will continue to put more into the game. You guys are saying that, there'll be a home plate umpire. He just won't call balls and strikes. And then eventually what they're going to have is going to be, we're going to put a sensor on the base to assist umpires to know if safe or out should be the right call. And we're going to have them there. But then we're going to just let them evaluate with the sensor every time. You know what's going to happen? Then there's going to be no umps.
Okay.
We're going to get to a game where it's just robots are deciding what humans are doing.
But wouldn't it be faster? Because you had you were frustrated because ABS like slows the pace down.
And it really does.
Like games have been longer this year. That is a fact.
If there's no umpire calling balls or strikes, then it's called exactly how it should be every time. And you don't even have to worry about it. That would make it extremely quick.
No, not necessarily.
Because it's like ball, strike. Like there's no challenge. There's no question. There's no issue.
Why?
You just accept it because it's like the ABS told me that's what it is.
Baseball is in such a beautiful state right now. Baseball is booming in America.
We're up 3 minutes from last year, Mace.
We are up 3 minutes.
Brutal.
Just telling you.
But still down a ton because they've
still done a ton.
Yeah, because they
still done
put
a
the
half
pitch
an hour.
On, so yeah.
Irregardless,
the teams are going to eventually have to make decisions on if they're going to have umpires or not. If you just continue to implement robots all throughout this process, however it is, AI, it's taking over everything, and it's going to happen in baseball, and baseball is going to be the first sport to do it. Then we're going to get to a point when football is going to just put a sensor in the ball and see if
football.
It
do you mean
crossed the
football
line.
or soccer?
Both of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. No, I don't need more. Baseball's in such a good spot right now.
So
Just
are you
stop
okay with where it is right
changing.
now?
Yes.
Right now, you're okay.
0 changes could happen to baseball, and I'd be okay with that. Yes.
There's no way they don't stop changing.
I know, but they don't need to. They don't need to change. What is the biggest complaint about baseball right now?
The Dodgers. The Dodgers and salary.
The salaries.
Salaries.
Yes.
And it's not even close. It's not even close. They are in different universes if you're going to argue robots. It's not close.
What do you think?
There's not going to be a work stoppage because of the robots. There's going to be a work stoppage because of the salaries.
Oh,
exactly.
Dude, when the robots start holding out for contracts, that's when you know.
As soon as like the contract for like the MLB umpires comes up, that's when that's when all of a sudden ABS takes over.
All right.
The MLB just says like, yep, we're done with you. We'll just go straight ABS the whole time.
Well, he's not a robot, but I bet he has an opinion on this because Alex Lasry is going to join us next, and he's very involved with the World Cup. He's running the site in New York. Obviously very involved with the Milwaukee Bucks, was part of the ownership group that brought a championship and brought Fiserv Forum to Milwaukee and to Wisconsin. Alex Lasry, and then Tommy and I will shut our mics off and let him and Mason talk soccer for a few minutes.
Well, we're going to talk. We're talking about stoppages. Everyone in an uproar about the hydration break. So
so weird. That. When I saw that for the first time, I was like, "What nimby-pimby world do we live in now?" Can I say it? Well, I didn't want to say anything that would hurt, get somebody
just
mad.
Wait till we have fan breaks when the computers get too hot on the field.
My
dude, that's going to happen.
We need fan breaks right now.
More data. Oh gosh, now we've opened up they're gonna have data centers, and that's a big hot topic right now. Don't do that.
This is the Mason Crosby Show. This is the Mason Crosby Show. Mitch Nellis, Tommy Wirtz, and Mason Crosby with you. I feel like that was your fault this time, Tommy, because you came in here, so totally your fault. We are the Mason Crosby Show, and we are all in on, well, Mason's all in on Capo Verde. We're obviously all on the U.S. team. And joining us now on the guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law, good friend, and before we start anything else, Alex Lasry, can you tell these guys that I'm not terrible at basketball, right? I'm okay.
Mitch's got a good shot. Puts the ball in the basket when he gets the rebound. Cleans up the paint. Mitch is and a great locker room guy.
Does he set hard picks? Does he set hard picks?
He's got a great personality. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, perfect.
He is a great glue guy. You need those guys.
Now, if I need a shot made, I'm calling Alex because Alex is a shot maker.
Well, if you need a shot to go up, you can call me. Yeah.
It's going in more often.
We'll put it up.
Shoot or shoot, man. You're just going to fire. I love it.
Yeah. Alex, thanks so much for jumping on. CEO of the New York, New Jersey site of the World Cup. How crazy is your life right now?
It's been incredible. First 2 weeks, first two games opened with Brazil, Morocco on Saturday, and then France, Senegal on Tuesday. Just absolutely electric. Probably the best group stage match in Brazil, Morocco, just that matchup. And then Mbappe just absolutely electric on Tuesday. It was, we had sold out crowds. Transportation worked well. It was awesome. Kind of like a dream come true to be able to not even just help put on a World Cup, but just attend. It was really, really cool.
So how did how'd this position come about? And then how long has this process been in the making? Like how long have you been working to get this kicked off? And then now that it is, do you sit back and watch her? I mean, is this just kind of a constant, like you're just constantly trying to put out fires and make sure everything goes well?
So I started about 1.5 years ago. Got contacted by the host committee. They had been working on this for a number of years before I started, but they were just kind of looking for someone to just kind of take it to the next level. And I was working in the Biden administration, and with my sports experience, they thought it'd be I could help. So came in about 1.5 years ago, and it's been nonstop since. I'd say a week ago, I told my wife, I'll see you in 6 weeks. Good luck with the kids. And, she's been absolutely incredible and given a ton of support. But look, on game days, it sometimes feels similar to Bucks, where you're just kind of running around for the first half and the beginning of the game, constantly on the phone. And then second half, you get to settle in a little bit. And then after the game, your job doesn't stop till everyone leaves the property. So, usually there 2-3 hours after the game, making sure everyone's able to get out. But it's been great. The fans have just been absolutely incredible, and you can see how excited they are to be here.
Yeah, how is it? I think I saw something that some of the Scottish fans have drank, like they drank all the beer there in Manhattan and New York. So, I mean, is that something that has to be considered? Is some of these fan bases coming from the heavy beer drinking countries, we're going to need to ramp up our supply there.
And does that make you, and Alex, does that make you kind of miss Wisconsin?
Yeah, it makes you proud to be
where
from
we
Wisconsin.
Never run out of beer.
Yeah, if this was happening in Wisconsin, that would never happen.
It wouldn't come close. No one would even be worried about it. It actually happened in Boston, which is
Boston? Okay,
more shocking. That I think I read that they had 3 times the sales that they have on St. Patty's Day. So the Scottish team
in Boston,
so they came to play.
So that was in Boston. Okay.
In our region, I know we did an opening watch party. We had about 10,000, Mexican American fans at our watch party for Mexico, South Africa, and it was insane. My buddy was getting off the subway to come to the watch party, and when Mexico scored, actually heard the roar all the way from the subway. And that's just kind of the environment that it's been this entire time. And you can just kind of see, even just from all of the social media posts, right? You've got I think there was a German family going across the country, and it's kind of interesting because, you see all of these people coming here and their appreciation of all of the things that I think sometimes we take for granted and all of the fun things, right? Like we're seeing the Senegal team just taking over Times Square. And, as someone who's, grew up in New York and now living here, I try to avoid Times Square at all costs. But you forget there's no Times Square anywhere else. Like, this is the only place in the world where there is a Times Square like atmosphere. And, when you get an event like this, it really makes you appreciate, I think, all that America has to offer.
Yeah, being able to showcase. And I've seen, like, there was an Australian fan down in Miami, and he's like, I thought these beaches were trash and awful, and and he's like, this is awesome. Like, there, some misinformation, something, like, people are just getting to experience what America has to offer. It's really cool. And how many games are y'all hosting there in New York, New Jersey?
So we've got 8. So we've got 2 under our belt. Okay. So we've got another 6, including the final, which is probably going to be the biggest sporting event in human history. The stat I've used a bunch is the last World Cup final was viewed by the same amount of people as the last 13 Super Bowls combined.
Yeah.
So, billions of people are watching the World Cup. We've got a finals watch party in Central Park. So we're going to have over 50,000 people in Central Park. We've got a finals watch party at Rock Center where we're expecting over, 25, 30,000 people. So it's going to be pretty electric here in New York for the World Cup. And for that final, it's going to be probably the most insane sporting event that the United States has ever seen.
Mason, I'll let you get back to soccer in just one second. Alex Lasry joining us here on the Mason Crosby Show. But I have to ask, Alex, you talk about insane events. Well, New York literally just experienced one. And I know you're a Bucks guy, but I assume you grew up a Knicks guy. What was New York like for all for everything? We around the country, of course, we're watching that. And how does that kind of do you do any studying of how New York handled all the Knicks, all the parties at all the different parks in front of bodegas, all that sort of stuff? Did that give you kind of any insight into what this World Cup was going to bring just a week later?
For the World Cup, because it's such a massive event, I actually traveled to, I went to the Winter Olympics, went to a Super Bowl, went to a UEFA finals. I tell my wife, I go, hey, I have to go to the Super Bowl in the Winter.
It's rough.
It's work. And she get a great eye roll and everything. But that's the only way you're going to know how these events go. You've got to go, you've got to see them, you got to feel them, you got to talk to fans and ask them, hey, what worked at this event, what didn't. I've told my entire team at every game, you got to talk to at least 20 fans and just ask them what the experience was like. You've got to talk to people. You can't just be on social media. You've got to actually just ask them, hey, what was this like? Mm-hmm. But what was crazy about, so I was actually flying back to Milwaukee after the game landed. We had no Wi-Fi on the plane, landed, and saw pictures and getting texts about the chaos about New York, and then saw that the Knicks had won the finals, and I was like, I just hope New York survives a championship, because I remember what it was like in Milwaukee when we won. It was absolutely insane. 100,000 people in the Deer District. There's nothing like your team winning a championship and your city winning one. And we've got a parade here on Thursday. I'll actually be in Seattle for the U.S. men's national team game, so nice. I'm going to miss the parade. But it's you can feel Knicks fever here in New York. It's been everywhere, and honestly, it's been pretty cool and reminded me a lot of 2021.
We got Alex Lasry, the CEO of World Cup New York, New Jersey, joining the Mason Crosby Show, talking about World Cup, talking about Bucks and what's going on there. I know maybe sensitive subject with everything going. Yeah, we're holding our breaths and trying to figure out what's happening with Giannis here. But what did you think? I was up in Green Bay for the U.S. men's national team watch party against Paraguay, and they did everything I was hoping. And I talked to these guys before I went to the event, and I'm like, I want to see them dominate. I want them to show that casual fan that U.S. soccer is on the rise and that they're going to make some noise in this World Cup, especially on home turf. What was that feel? Did y'all have watch parties there in New York and other places? I think across the country it was going on. So just talk about what that means, seeing the U.S. men's national team on that first opening stage of this World Cup go and dominate in the way they did.
It was it was insane. Probably the best half of football that I've ever seen, a U.S. men's national team play.
For sure.
We had a watch party in Queens at the U.S. Tennis Center, but I had said before the tournament started, I went to one of their tune-ups in Charlotte against Senegal, and the crowd was so insane. And the U.S. got off to that quick start, right? Quick goal, set up by quick goal by Christian. The crowd, in the U.S. is more unique, I think, than any other country in that our players feed off the crowd. And, it's just, you kind of know that home court advantage just growing up all the time. And that is something here that I think you get more than anywhere else. And I've said, look, the U.S. I think is going to surprise people in this tournament because I could see them getting on a run and the crowd just moving them through tournaments, and that energy and feeling of these U.S. men's national team fans and U.S. fans just powering them through to an incredible result is definitely something I can see. And I think you saw it in the first match. Seattle is going to be Seattle's going to be insane.
That's going to be electric.
It's going to be crazy. I've got about 10 buddies from Milwaukee coming to meet me in Seattle. Nice. And so we're bringing Milwaukee to the USA game, and it's going to be crazy. And if we win that game, we win. We win the group, and you can just kind of see that there is a potential for the home country crowd to really move the team through. And look, and we're a talented team, right? We've got guys playing in all of the top leagues around the world. We're finally healthy. Hopefully, Christian's able to play on Friday, but we're finally healthy, and you could see we look good, and there was a little bit more pep in our step.
Yeah, Alex. We had Jay Demerit on last week, and I did the watch party with him up there in Green Bay, and he was talking about we're going to see if that the Stars taking a little time off last summer, not having to do the qualifying, if some of that was going to be. But I think we saw in this game that was actually a benefit to them. I think a lot of teams didn't understand how good this team was actually going to be, and they showed that out. So I have one last question. We're coming up. I forgot we're almost out of time, but what do you think of these hydration breaks? I know people are a little, up in the arms, the beautiful game doesn't have they don't have stop and starts in the middle. How do you think that's going here with this World Cup?
I mean, look, I some of the stadium, I will say, I was here for some of the Club World Cup games last year. It was hot. And it's hot. And I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to make sure the players are okay. And that they, the last thing you want, and we've seen this in games when a great game ends up becoming less great because someone cramped. Because, and look, that is part of sports, right? You've got to be in great shape and everything. But I think the idea that we want the players to be at peak physical performance for these games is one that I'm okay with. Look, I think at some of the stadiums where at MetLife, right? It's an open air stadium. It gets really hot, and I would rather our guys not having to, get, dragged off the field or something because they cramp because of how hot it was in the elements there. For sure. I can see some head shaking, but I don't know. I mean, I grew up, needing to drink water and play. Otherwise I'd,
water. I played soccer growing up in Texas, and we always had a mid-half water break because it's 100 degrees. You just have to do it. If you're playing in England at 65 degrees, you don't have to do that. You sometimes have to make an adjustment. So I think y'all are doing an awesome job. I cannot wait to watch the rest of these games. I'm watching Portugal right now. The game just got tied up. Yeah, it's 1-1, which is crazy. So, and then I'm wearing my Cape Verde shirt, and just supporting that underdog team. tying Spain was one of the greatest things that's ever happened.
It's been the 48 tournament, the 48 team tournament. I sometimes get a little nervous when you start to expand these things too much, but you're actually seeing some of these. The quality on the pitch has been superb. You're seeing some really fun matches that I don't think people were expecting, and some crazy results. It's created some drama in this, which has been great. I think there was some skepticism that there was going to be some drama in the group stage, but I think now you're starting to see it, which is awesome.
Alex, we got to run, but I have a feeling we're going to need to get you on pretty quickly here and talk some Giannis rumors as well, and how that's all going to get down. I know. I'm sure you have an opinion on it, whether you're allowed to share it or not. We will get into that. But thank you so much for this World Cup update and bringing us along for the ride. And we will definitely talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
He is Alex Lasry, again, CEO of New York, New Jersey site of the World Cup, former leadership team with the Milwaukee Bucks. Of course, his dad, one of the co-owners before exiting stage left, probably made a good decision there. Plenty more to get to here on The Mason Crosby Show.
A Super Bowl champion.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook and on the free Odyssey app.
This is hour number 2 of the Mason Crosby Show. Again, our thanks to Alex Lasry for jumping on the guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. High noon in El Paso. Mason, El Paso, the far western tip of Texas, including El Paso and Hudspeth counties, observe mountain time. Did you know that?
I did not know it. No, like off the top of my head, but it makes
so
sense.
El Paso County. I assume El Paso's in El Paso County.
I would assume so. Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. It's
my dad
kind of like
to University of Texas, El Paso.
Him and Aaron Jones. Hey,
Played some football. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a star-studded cast of UTEP football players right there.
Superstars.
That's kind of like the 2 westernmost counties of Florida are in Central Time.
That's true.
Yeah. So when you're down on 30A, for example, you're still
straight down,
which is kind of wonderful for me because whenever I go down there, I don't have to change my clock or anything.
Gosh, it's so awful changing time zones.
Do you know how awful it is when you are trying to communicate with someone who is on a cruise in Alaska and is changing time zones literally as they're going up the coast of Alaska? And on top of that, trying to communicate someone who's in the middle of the freaking ocean.
Tommy, tell us more.
I
Sounds
can't
like
wait.
you have some personal experience with this.
I can't wait for Friday.
I hope Friday never comes for you.
Long distance relationships are tough.
Yeah, rough, man. Wow, brutal.
This is tough for you.
The last 10 days in Alaska, and she'll just try to call me, and it's just grain on the FaceTime. I'm like, okay.
Why are you expecting FaceTime with someone on a cruise
just
in the middle of the ocean?
This is not me. This is the communication outlet that she wants to communicate with. So if your wife wants to call you, Mason, guess what? You're going to pick up the phone. Right?
The phone.
Mitch.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right,
I'm
that's not
going to
working.
say, no,
Let's
that's
just
not
talk
working.
on the
Let's
phone.
just talk on the phone. Right.
I'm not doing this nonsense.
Tommy's not at the point of a relationship where you can have a spine.
Where you can be honest.
That's not even true. I've brought
honesty
it up.
hasn't come into that relationship.
It's not even true. Just telling you that I had to
clearly
justify
true.
to her that she should spend the $55 for the 10 days to get the unlimited iMessage package.
Okay.
So she can text. And she
But
was
she can't
debating.
text?
No, she couldn't until she bought the 50. She was like, maybe I'll wait for
10
service.
days, yeah,
For
like
$55, I
$5
will reimburse you for $50.
Is that because you wanted to talk to her? I would say keep the 55. If she wants to spend it, great. If she
This
doesn't,
is like a parking ticket.
This is the parking ticket all over again. No, it's $50 to send unlimited texts via the iMessage,
Right.
And even if you have service or not. On
and
this
she
cruise.
didn't want to do it, and you wanted
She
her
was
to do it.
There's no
debating-
Wi-Fi on the
So let-
cruise?
No, there's
definitely
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi on the
minutes
cruise.
on the cruise.
Minutes?
Yeah, I know.
What kind of
I don't
cruise
think
is
so.
this?
I don't think so. This isn't 1984, bro.
This is like a
this is not Zach
budget
Morris
rowboat?
with a
Like,
phone
what's
that's
going
this
on?
big.
And then they asked me yesterday, they were like, I think the
Hello?
next cruise we're going to go to is Panama. And I'm like, oh.
Panama.
Like, so now I had to like pretend.
Yeah, but you get to go on that one now. You're in now.
Do I want to go on a cruise?
Don't go on a cruise,
I'm
man.
just saying, like,
That's a make or break a relationship. You go on a
Oh,
cruise, that's
man.
like you're either coming back, staying together, and that's like it was good,
They're
or
staying
we
together.
can
the end.
only
That's the
talk
end.
about this on this show because there's no way they have YouTube service in
well,
the
yeah,
middle of the
like they
Pacific
barely have
Ocean,
internet.
man.
I mean, you're like putting quarters in like to get the
pretty much
internet service.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
you got to go to like a business center and like
Also,
you get on the computers. there.
like very good point that I was talking about this with Alaskan cruise. I know it's like, oh, it's 60 in Alaska right now. They also rode by an iceberg and then they
Oh,
were
yeah.
watching it and had winter clothing on.
Sure.
I'm not bringing winter clothing on a vacation. That is absolutely not what's happening.
You would never go to a destination
Never.
where you had to bring winter clothing.
Never.
Okay.
Absolutely not. So that's the one notch Panama can have over Alaska. But No, 0%. I'm not packing a winter coat if I'm going on quote unquote vacation during that. No, that's awful.
I would go to I've seen people, they go to Norway or Denmark, like the North Pole,
Iceland.
Something cool, Iceland, yeah,
Antarctica.
and you see the Northern Lights, and it's like this whole experience. Like I would do something like that.
I'm 1,000% in for Antarctica, by the way.
Sleep in an igloo, like sleep in one of those ice hotels. That would be sick.
Why? I live in an igloo like 8 months out of the year.
You're such a whiny baby about winter. It's unbelievable.
Dude, winter, I'm not going on vacation.
Don't live here.
So do you go on vacation to warm destinations?
Move.
You don't even go on vacation.
You don't have to live here.
Go somewhere.
1,000% if I take a vacation.
Tell me you hate Wisconsin without telling me you hate Wisconsin. Unbelievable.
What do you mean? I live here.
You just want a swimsuit.
Why would I go to a different cold place when I live in a cold place?
Because there are tourist things to do and see and experiences to have.
I heard Alaskan cruises are unbelievable. Like I heard it's like one of those, those experiences that everybody is thrilled that they chose to do.
Tommy, who just texted in the Panama cruise will just have malaria? Yeah, who just texted that?
Was my mom.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Good
Mommy
to know.
Tommy.
Good to know. Well,
she doesn't want you on that cruise.
What if she
Mama
gets
Tommy
to go
does
too?
not want you
What if
on that
Mommy
cruise.
Tommy gets to come also?
She's already been to Panama.
I
I'm
know.
pretty sure.
I could see Mama
And
Tommy
did she get malaria?
crushing a cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Mama
Oh, my
Tommy
gosh.
would love a cruise.
No, she
Wearing
would
Crocs
not.
with no socks.
That's how she does it, man. No,
right.
if I was going to ask about what should I do in Panama, my mom would be the first person I would call because my mom's been all over there. She's 6 continents.
The
man.
Green Bay Packers have come out against any significant changes to the Sports Broadcasting Act, the team said in a statement released Tuesday. The team said in part that its ability to compete with the other 31 NFL teams could be significantly impacted. The Packers also took issue with U.S. Representative Scott Fitzgerald of Wisconsin, who recently led a House Judiciary Subcommittee meeting on the SBA and said the NFL might be in violation of the act. Fitzgerald also called the Packers' concerns ridiculous and almost laughable during a recent appearance on Channel 12 in Milwaukee. Packers fans everywhere should be deeply concerned that Rep. Fitzgerald admitted to giving zero consideration to keeping the Packers in Green Bay as he explores upending the 65-year-old Sports Broadcasting Act, the Packers said in their statement. Fans should be offended that Fitzgerald then went further, saying our concerns were laughable. What is laughable is that a congressman from Wisconsin is leading this charge. Why threaten the team his community overwhelmingly cherishes and its ability to compete on a level playing field? Oh, okay. So the Packers and some of their politicians getting along really well right now, huh, Mace?
Yeah, that's not good. Whenever you're in the state of Wisconsin, you don't want to upset Packers and Packers fans because I'm pretty sure the red and blue it does not fit into the equation whenever it comes to the Packers. So they will be
it's green and gold all day.
They will be voting on whatever goes the Packers' way in this situation. So yeah, I'm not as well versed as I probably should be, and I need to maybe read up more on like all the nuance of what this act is, but I do think, if it clearly is affecting, because you don't hear this kind of stuff come out of the Packers organization in that area if it's not something that truly could affect them in a real way. And clearly this act and like what it is and like fair broadcasting and all of those things feels like it truly is scaring them that if something were to change, they wouldn't have the ability to compete in the market of is it advertising or just broadcasting
I think it's broadcast rights.
TV rights.
So right now the Packers get $432.6 million. That's the revenue sharing between the 32 teams. But if the Packers had to negotiate a regional sports contract like the Bucks or Brewers do, the entire face of the sport would change. As wildly popular as the Packers are in the state of Wisconsin, there's not the same money.
So it would shift it to the local revenue for each team. Like they would have to renegotiate all of their own deals. But
I don't think this is ever going to happen, right?
But the NFL has its own separate CBA. Like that sharing doesn't matter. So if the Dallas Cowboys negotiate a bigger deal, they still will have to share that revenue with the other teams.
Not if it's not if they went to a true regional TV packages that wasn't revenue sharing. Maybe they'd have to share a percentage of it, but maybe they wouldn't have to share all of it.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're proposing. That's what the government is saying. that teams.
But they can't circumvent what has been negotiated between the players and the NFL and the revenue share.
No, but at some point those contracts run out, and then the government can get involved.
It will lead an issue at this next CBA.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Like,
yes.
Now you're going to have infighting with owners and things like that if that act is not in place, and they will say like, well, like we're going to want to take more of our own local revenue because like we can negotiate our own deals. Like, I'm sorry, and then like that, like honestly, I think it's a bigger issue for NFL and the ownership than like the collective of all the players and all of those things. The owners are going to have issue with it whenever they're trying to decide what they're willing to accept.
Well, and how much does this involve Netflix and Amazon and Peacock and all the different apps? Is that like
because
when this was originally negotiated, these were all over the air games that you could see without having access to an app. And now 4 or 5 games a year are on these apps. And as this money changes, how does that affect how the teams are sharing the money, who gets the money, what gets in the owner's pockets, and what access do fans have? Like if all 17 games are available on over-the-air television, then this revenue sharing is for the public good because everybody can still see the games. If you can only see 12 of the 17 and 5 others, you have to pay Netflix and Amazon and Peacock. Does that change? And I think the politicians are arguing that does change what this revenue sharing product should look like.
I have a question, maybe dumb brain, but in theory, I know the Packers are a very small market. I'm very well aware of that. Is there any opportunity for the Packers if they were going to have to, sell their own TV deals, right? Yep. That's what they're going to have to do. Is there a way they could make more money than what would be evenly split with them? Like I know it looks
across the nation and across the world, like the Packer fandom is large. So but I think regionally it's right.
And their market size is small. I get that. And on paper, it absolutely looks like the Packers would get less money because of it. But is there actually an opportunity for them to make more money if it were to happen?
Or does it just kill like cable TV and like actual like local streaming and all the NFL goes to all Netflix, like Prime and like all streaming services?
Well, and they already did the Sunday ticket with YouTube TV, right? I mean, that's kind of already something that's happened, which I was very surprised.
Which again, that's not like negotiated. That's not local revenue. Like that's
shared. That is shared national revenue.
Right. But I also thought that when they went to YouTube TV and they got off of the direct TV, that they missed a real opportunity to have single team packages. Like imagining if YouTube TV offered Packers TV or offered, Bears TV.
Like, nationally. Because I remember my parents being in Texas, they were like, I don't want Sunday ticket. I just want to get the Packers games.
Right.
And they would have paid directly to get Packers TV.
Right. And if something like that were to happen, I would
that's an interesting take.
The Packers would be in the top 10 easily of most sold during that, comfortably would be in the top 10.
I think that's right.
And they would still draw, like, say it's with TV and like those negotiations. Like, because then, like, would this be individual negotiations for all of the primetime national TV games?
Could you buy a primetime package? Is that what you're saying?
Or no, like, would each team have to, like, is that, like, would they, so it's like Dallas and New York and, probably the Packers, I would think, would be in that top 5 to 8 teams.
Yep.
That would be considered one of the top rated teams that would get more of the prime games.
Then we're going to have a promotion.
This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt the like least popular teams more than the small market.
Jacksonville,
I think.
Right? Jacksonville's going to get hurt.
Cleveland,
Tennessee,
yeah.
Right,
but they're going to get hurt more because people just be like, I don't care.
Right, they're not going to pay to see their team.
Yeah,
I just
especially out of market.
That that a team like the Packers, I get it from their market size. It's not large, but because of the history that Green Bay has,
they're
and
popular, though.
Their popularity from what they've done, they are an anomaly to the market size argument because of what they've been able to do over the last 100 years, right? Now, is there a 0% chance that the Packers could actually make more money if this worked out worked out the way it's working out?
But then would we all need to pay $99 a year to see the Packers? Would we need to pay $250 a year? Even living in Milwaukee or Green Bay or Wausau or Eau Claire or Madison?
Right? Yeah, that's
would we all have to pay? Would all NFL games go pay-per-view?
I hate this.
I think that's what the concern is from the Packers. I can imagine with how it is and centered around fans, and it's a city-owned team. It's a fan-owned owned organization. It doesn't have an ownership. They're saying you're literally going to ask us to get every one of our fans to pay a premium to watch our games, and that's just not an option. That's just not okay in the Packer fandom and the Packer organization.
But they just did that with the Brewers. They just did it to the Brewers,
right? For $99,
but it's still owned. They have an owner. Packers are an anomaly in all of sports.
Right.
Without an owner, they are obligated to give something different to their fans. And I think that's a big concern, is to say, if we go to this system, we are going to have to set up a Packers TV and basically charge all of our fans $99 or $200 to watch our game
or more. 414-677-1250. How closely are you following this broadcasting deal? How closely are you following what the rights could look like? Packers fans, of course, this year will need CBS, NBC, Fox, Netflix, and Amazon to see all their games. The Los Angeles Dodgers, for example, have an $8.3 billion local TV deal. That is the largest they have. The Brewers obviously is way less, and Ed Policy will probably argue that Green Bay, even if they created a Packers TV network, that it's a untenable situation compared to what New York and LA and Dallas are going to make. Right.
Because you're not going to be able to drive the amount of ad and revenue space.
Right. With all due respect to Cousin Subs or Quick Trip or our favorite Wisconsin companies, they're not going to be able to spend the same that New York companies can spend on advertising.
Yeah. Well, then would you be upset if the Packers went out of Wisconsin just to make the money? I don't think
to get advertisers.
Yes.
But I don't. Why would you?
Who's coming in to do that?
Right.
Well, if they have a Packers TV and they're offering it across America, your return on investment will be fine with the Green Bay Packers.
You'll get
brand.
National advertisers to buy in. That
Absolutely.
Is true. Yes.
Yeah. That's why I'm wondering. First of all, I want to say this. That's what I think about this act right now. It's not. None's going to happen. None's going to happen.
Again, I don't think it will. Right. It's going to be a conversation when the new CBA comes up.
Right. None's going to happen. It's going to stay exactly the same. You're going to need all these streaming services to watch the Packers. Plus, if you're in the local markets of Green Bay and Milwaukee, you're going to get the Packers. I can guarantee that will be the case because of a team like the Green Bay Packers, mind you. That's why nothing will change. To your point, Mason, because the Packers have the no owner and they've sold the stock all around, the Packers are the reason why something like this will not change. It cannot happen.
Or do you think, here's a conspiracy, kind of wild card brain that comes into this is Ed Policy framing up a rhetoric that the Packers aren't going to be in Green Bay at some point.
You can't be.
Stop.
You can't be.
He's and then he blames it on this act. Well, he will. Blamed on all these things, and then it's we can't. We just can't.
You
can
blame it on the government.
We can't afford to stay.
You can't do it when you've already done that piece of paper that really kind of means not very much. We all know that
means nothing.
It means something in this argument. Absolutely means something in this argument.
Yeah. The Packers are never going anywhere, regardless of this. The money is going to be there. The NFL structures it. I was in all those meetings. There's so much money and the revenue sharing, unless the owners decide that they aren't going to share to each other and they change their structure.
Which LA and New York and Dallas could do one day.
They could do. And that would be that is going
to be
big
market versus small market, right?
The issue is all of a sudden they say, well, we want a different system. But it is a juggernaut. No one in their right mind, I feel like. So there are probably people that aren't in the right mind, but like nobody in that business model that they have right now is going to say we're not doing well enough that like we want to just upend a really successful business model that's worked for us for all these years and is only getting bigger.
Fans should be offended that Fitzgerald said our concerns were laughable. What is laughable is that a congressman from Wisconsin is leading the charge. Why threaten the team his community overwhelmingly cherishes and its ability to compete on a level playing field? This model is as foundational to the Packers' existence as the very bricks in Lambeau Field. It is careless and unwise to rearrange the bricks of a foundation which has stood strong for over half a century. That was in the Packers release as well. You don't usually see the Packers come out strong on anything.
I know. This is a strong stance from the Packers. So it is something they are truly concerned about, because I don't feel like they dabble in this space unless it is something that they feel like could truly affect their organization, the people in that community. So they're truly concerned about it, and so we got to keep a tight eye on this for sure.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. 414-677-1250. Your comments on the I know that there's a lot of fans, almost a separate conversation, but very similar. Being upset about all the different apps you need and all that to see, and that's not going away. But if it means the Packers stay in Green Bay, isn't it worth it? I guess that'd be my question to you. 414-677-1250.
Why do you phrase it like that? They're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. I don't think
then the current
anywhere.
system has to stay in place.
This is how things work. You just gotta frame it. You got to get it out there. It's like, we got to stay competitive, and these are the things that we need and all that. Like, the Packers aren't going anywhere. Right. Like that's right.
We all agree.
Crazy to think.
We all agree.
But it is like unless somebody in the Nicolay Lala talking text line 262, the commoners, he says, need to smarten up and completely stop watching pay-per-view sports.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Time for us to go on strike. Stop the insanity.
It's not going to happen.
So, but that's the thing. That is the only way, right?
Yes, that is the only way. But it's not going to happen.
Fans stop watching.
Yeah,
that's the only way to get the word across. And if you keep watching, this will never change.
Right. Like I've said, stop buying concessions at Fiserv Forum because they stink and they're never going to get better or cheap. But like, nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to stop buying gear at Brewers games, even though it's super way too expensive and it's stupid.
Yeah,
like people are
your own food in.
Like Tommy's wearing the hat right now.
I didn't buy this.
I know, but somebody did.
Someone did.
Right? Somebody did. 414-677-1250. The economics of sports. We got it on lock. We should probably do a little Giannis check-in when we come back. Just see, talking about economics and sports. Is he going to just stay in Milwaukee and take an extension? All right, Tommy, relax. This is the Mason Crosby Show. It's time for This Day in Sports on the Mitch Nellis Show.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Can I help you?
From Chicago, Illinois.
I turned Tommy's mic off.
Yeah, well.
This is the Mason Crosby Show. He's just mean to me. Why is he so mean to me, Mason?
I don't know.
Why can't he? I mean,
he's a Cubs fan, so it makes sense.
That's probably right. Yeah. Paul wants to know if I came in late on this conversation. Can they all take the TV revenue from all of the teams, put it inside one pool, and divide it equally like for baseball? They don't really do that for baseball.
But that is, that's a lot of what
that's what they already do. Right.
Yeah.
That's basically what the NFL is.
The only difference is, like, I think they keep a little more of their local revenue, but it's still like everything's shared out.
Right. And it's not like it goes toward they paying salaries because there's a salary cap. So they don't, that's just money in the owner's pockets, right?
For sure.
Ram is on the north side of Milwaukee. Ram wants to chime in. Ram, you're on the Mason Crosby Show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Hey, I was just thinking about something. When we talk about this revenue sharing, this could be a philosophy. Say, like, you take the top 10 cities, because you got to look at the earning potential of what people can pay. So there's no way Green Bay can compete with that. But it seemed like it would take the top, say, 10 teams, put that money in a pot, and then if you're going to have a salary cap, it'd be based on sharing that top revenue with the bottom teams. And then if you're saying you're going to have a cap, say if it's $400 million or something like that, it'd be equal across the board. Whereas Green Bay can compete and say, I want an Aaron Donald, or I can get somebody like that. Because the way it's set up now, even if you got it all in a pot, I mean, I don't know how much a season ticket costs in LA for it's not the same price in Green Bay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Every time they talk about this, I get mad because I'm a Packer fan, and it's the conversation in Wisconsin is always about we don't want to go into a luxury tax. We draft and develop. And then when we come up with a way to do that, and then they change the rules. I don't know. Maybe I'm just on the sideline being an angry fan or something like that. But that's what it seemed like to me. And I get frustrated when I hear these conversations. It's because they know it's not fair. But if the guy at the bottom find out a way to win, why they got to penalize for it?
Well, I think the NFL has one of the better systems already. So it's like the teams that don't make as much and that don't do as much and don't create the revenue can still compete. And that is the NFL system. So this isn't about selling tickets. It's not about all that. I'm guessing it's just about if they can get the local TV revenue deals across like the region that they live in. And I think the Packers are concerned that they wouldn't be able to compete in that. But there's still national TV deals that the revenue is shared across the board. So like that kind of stuff. And the salary cap is flat. Like the Packers have the money to go and get all those players as long as they do it under the salary cap, just like they did with Micah Parsons. Like they've been able to pay these players. So I'm going to be curious as this keeps unfolding, like what the Packers' actual concern is, why this deal would affect them so much. And they keep using the line, which is concerning, that this is going to actually affect them staying in Green Bay and competing and doing that. Like, and so I wonder if they're going to address this at the next meeting here that's coming up in July, right? Like the shareholders meeting. Why this would actually be an issue, because I think we all just need a few more answers, like why this is going to affect them so greatly if something like this were to happen.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And my last request is for Mitch and Tommy. Let me work on y'all playlist.
We know the playlist is a mess. I've got a whole one.
No, Mitch, I'm willing to help. I'm not even antagonizing.
I don't need the help. I just have been lazy about it. I just haven't done anything. But send it, yeah. Email him some songs, and we'll or text.
I'll email you a playlist.
There you go.
You can pick from that. All right, and this will be a good variety.
All right. Well, I don't need variety. I just need Run DMC. Thanks for the call, Ram. This is the Mason Crosby Show, 414-677-1250. Before we go anywhere, Mason, we got to give Lionel Messi his flowers.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, how easy did he make the game look last night? Like, I just saw the highlights, and it's like, this is ridiculous. This is he's playing at a different speed.
Yeah, those goals. I mean, he's insane, and like to be doing it feels like he's getting better in the World Cup, like as he's getting older. Like these last two World Cups, he's scored like more than half of the goals that he has, and he has 6. It's kind of weird. Like he's played in a lot of World Cups. He only only has 16 goals.
Right.
But I think he's scored like 10 of those in the last 2 World Cups. I mean, he scored 3
He
last
decided to
night.
start trying or something?
I guess. I mean, geez, he's amazing. I mean, he changes that whole team. Like if he's not on the field, Argentina's still a good team. But whenever he gets the ball and the things that he does, it's fantastic. Like if he's going to go get another goal, he'll be the top guy after this World Cup. And as far as soccer goes, that has to be one of the greatest, records to hold, is the goal scoring leader in World Cup history. Like what other records, like in other sports, do you think are like top records? Like I wanted to ask that out there. Like what records do you look at in say basketball and football that you would say like this is one of those coveted records that whoever holds that is kind of the GOAT, is the best?
I have a question about the parameters, because is Lionel Messi having like the goals in World Cup? Is that like somebody having the all-time record for World Series home runs? Or NBA Finals points?
It'd probably be
as opposed to like the all-time leading scorer in
it's tough to quantify.
The NBA. Right.
Maybe it's like playoffs. Like NFL playoffs, things like that.
Which I think don't carry as much weight as the regular season records.
In American sports.
I agree.
I think
like when we talk about Barry Bonds' home run record, we have no idea how many home runs.
My most consecutive field goals in the playoffs is not a good record.
No one remembers.
I mean, Mazel Tov.
That's one I held on to. I was holding on
right.
To
also,
you should hold on to it.
The best extra point percentage in the playoffs too.
Hold on to that one.
Those are real.
That's a real record, but no one knows. No. And I also think that if we're talking about achievement, I think gold medal and world record is probably better than anything we just said.
So is this like, is Lionel Messi like Michael Phelps?
I think it's more.
No, you're thinking world record gold medal is a higher.
Like Usain Bolt being the fastest man alive is a way that's the best accomplishment in sports.
This is more of a career accomplishment for Messi, less of a like
singular performance.
So is this a Cal Ripken situation?
Yeah, this is. I feel like this is like Messi culminating a career, and it's like he now, when he has the record here, it is official. He is the best soccer player to have ever, like that we've ever seen. Like as far as goal scoring and impact on.
There's too many leagues
on the game.
In soccer. There's too many big leagues in soccer for the records to resonate with American
for
sports.
Regular seasons.
Right.
That's why the World Cup matters so much.
Yeah. I think that internationally,
but again, when you're like, he scored the most goals in soccer history in the World Cup.
Yeah.
15. Like, no, it doesn't resonate. Does not resonate at all with American sports. Like, what? Like, it's 15? That's the most goals.
Who is the
ever?
all-time leading scorer in the NBA Cup?
Right.
Final Four.
Right. Like in a game.
Is it and why isn't it Giannis?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, you just can't accept that they don't score enough goals, and
or they don't play enough games. Like if the World Cup was every year, then I think it would have more impact that way.
Right. That's why I think it's more comparable to an Olympic feat.
Right.
I mean, he's probably played.
Right, but don't we think what Michael Phelps did is amazing?
Correct. Yeah.
So is what
Messi's probably played 20 World Cup games.
Yeah.
So almost a goal a game. Like that's pretty impressive.
So he's played one NFL season.
Yeah.
Great.
Like,
in the World Cup.
Okay. Great. Yes. Right.
He's played a week of baseball.
Right.
That's what he's done. Yes. 20 games.
Not even a month of baseball.
But they play like 60 something games a year, and they're like in their regular season.
Right.
I know, but there's too many regular seasons.
There's too many leagues. Like,
there's too many. Like I got to pay attention to the Premier League. If I want to watch Messi, I got to watch MLS.
Bundesliga.
Now, if I want to watch Ronaldo, I got to watch like where is he?
So
Algeria,
in a regular season
Saudi
for a soccer
Arabia?
player, if a guy scores 40 plus goals, is that not impressive to you?
I think so.
I have no idea how many games they
like in 60 games.
Sure, that's a great season.
40 goals.
But
40 goals is insane.
In the English Premier League, that's crazy. If they do it in Morocco, I don't care. That league is like a AAA league.
What's the record for most
That's
goals?
true. That's like
Premier
NBA
League
versus or like NFL versus like the UFL.
Yeah, like if somebody had 60 home runs in Nashville, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Who scored the most goals in a Premier League season? Mason Crosby.
Ooh, I don't know.
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah might have.
If I got that right, I'm leaving the show.
Erling
right
Haaland, I think, has it maybe a couple years ago, and it was like 40s.
Haaland holds the record for most goals scored in a Premier League season with 36.
Nice, Mace. Good job. Does everyone in England
38 game season?
Does everyone in England know that? Does everyone in England?
Like,
just like we all know that.
Yeah, any soccer,
that Mark
any
Maguire,
yes, exactly,
and Sammy Sosa, and
so
Hank
it's World
Aaron
Cup time.
Ruth.
So we're talking a little more soccer than normal, but I love that. Like I do actually love like the mindset, and it actually like it makes sense. Like as I've been a soccer fan my whole life, and so I understand like how the game works, and that like I don't have expectations for somebody to go out and score 4 goals a game.
Right.
And like you have an expectation in NBA, your superstar should score 30 points.
Yep.
Right. Like they're going to score a lot. So that's just the difference in the nuance.
Should they score 1 goal a game though? Does the U.S. need what's his name?
Balogun?
Yeah. Do they need him to score a goal or two to win matches?
I think if he's like, in a sense, if he's averaging like, this is weird, like half a goal a game, like if he's scoring honestly, if he's scoring 1 every 2 games, I think you'd be pretty excited about that. Yeah.
I want 1.5 goals every
like
1.5 every game.
Like the thought of Giannis, can you score every other game for the Bucks?
But you're literally so your mind works that you just say every points in a game should be. I mean, that's like saying that's not Aaron the same, should have thrown 3 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I do think that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think that's different because you score. Your team scores 3 or 4 touchdowns a game.
Players,
in soccer, you score 1 goal a game sometimes.
So then just have that quantified in your mind. All right, Aaron throwing 3 touchdowns a game is like Messi scoring 1 goal.
Yes.
In a game.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
So it's not apples to apples.
That.
They're just different games.
Exactly.
I know.
But they are bananas to plantains.
Close.
They're similar, but not the same.
Exactly. You bite into that plantain, though, you're going to be surprised.
Yeah, you are.
Gosh, they're gross. Plantains are gross.
Oh, plain plantains. Like if you fry them up in brown sugar.
And get them all juiced up.
Right.
Go bite into a plantain.
Mason, what team is Giannis playing for next year? What is the June 17th Mason Crosby prediction? Boston. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a report that came out this morning that said Jaylen Brown has 0% interest in playing for the Bucks, which we kind of knew that like if Boston's involved, Jaylen's either going to Atlanta or Portland.
Yeah.
Is kind of what the report is. Or the Clippers now. The Clippers are now involved, maybe.
Okay. You think it's the Heat though? I mean, is the Heat the front runner?
On call sheet, Heat are the front runner.
Yeah.
Yes. The only reason I'm rooting for Giannis to stay in Milwaukee is because of Mitch Nellis. I want everyone to know that.
What does that mean?
I mean, like if Mitch Nellis is the reason I hope Giannis stays.
Okay.
That's all.
For what?
You're the last Bucks fan I know. Okay. And I'm just hoping that for your sake, Giannis stays.
So odds are
Brewers.
I'm going to buy game by game next year for the Bucks. If Giannis stays, I'm buying a 10-pack.
Right. That's what I mean. For you.
Yeah.
I literally hope Giannis stays in Milwaukee.
But as a Bucks fan, I almost don't want him to be on the team.
Why?
Because I think long term it hurts.
You want to watch this team struggle for the next 3 to 5 years?
I think they're going to struggle regardless.
I don't. I'm actually like Giannis has.
All right, I'm going to throw something out at you.
But my thing though is in like, what's Giannis's trade value if you think that Giannis being in Milwaukee doesn't help them to be a winning franchise? So like, how does that make him desirable somewhere else? Do you think other people don't view him that way?
I think there are some people who view him as he's going to be damaged goods the rest of his career.
I want to spite trade him. Like he's actually very much made me angry over the last year. Like the amount of time we give him, the amount of not information he gives us.
Is there any way the Bucks bring him back, sign him to the extension, and then trade him at the trade deadline?
Oh my God, that's the worst case scenario.
Because Shams is going to report that he's coming back to the Bucks. They're trading Miles, they're trading Bobby, they're trading Kuzma, they're putting other pieces around him.
They're going to get Ja Morant.
He signs the extension, and then they start 12-12, and then they trade him during the offseason.
We're supposed to get excited about Trey Murphy. Like, oh yeah, that'll really.
Boston's excited about Trey Murphy right now.
Trey Murphy, if he was on the Bucks by himself, would be a bum.
He would average 30 points a game on an 18-win team.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. Just Giannis has infuriated me. And I think it's a lot with like he's just turned into an NBA player. And that's really what makes it.
He's been here long enough and he's made so much money that he is.
Do you think the real trade offers are just not what we would expect for a player.
No,
of
I think
Giannis's
they're
caliber?
I think they're coming in.
You
I think they're coming in, but
heavy?
I think they have to do their due diligence. They can't just say, "Oh, Miami added a number 1 pick. We're going to make that." No, if the Clippers now are interested and they have the number 5 pick, we gotta go down this road also. So, Tommy, everything
Nuance.
good?
Yeah, everything's
Are
good.
you getting credit? Like, are you getting spiffs on selling that hat? Because I feel like half the show, like you were working on other stuff, and that hat was just front and center.
I'm busy guy.
How's your, if you listen to the end of 9 to Noon with Kuhn, we talked about how corporate America is ruining all of us. Did you, but we got everything settled here.
Are
we all good?
I think I'm the only one that has.
I don't care about anybody else, Tommy. Yeah. Are you all good?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm having a good day.
Then we're good.
Yeah.
You're not going to quit.
Did you find your Bobber's hat?
No, I didn't look for it.
Is it in East Troy or is it in? Or is it at your mom's house? Do you think?
I think it's in East Troy because I'm pretty confident I brought it with me to Milwaukee.
Need to see that.
All right, we want it tomorrow.
And you know what I need is the what's the udder, like the
udder
tuggers?
rattlers?
Oh, or the udders?
The udder, yeah,
udder tuggers.
Yeah.
Udder tuggers. I mean, how those might be the
Tommy,
best.
Have you ever tugged an udder
in the world?
Have you ever milked a cow?
I went to the zoo where they put like a glove on a pretend cow, and then they you're supposed to do it. But no, I will never.
Mason, have you ever milked a cow?
Man, I can't tell you how many times I went to farms in Wisconsin and did the the walk around, and we had to go milk the cows. They showed us how to do it.
Did you guys ever tell like the rookie like, "Hey, go milk that horse right there"?
That's amazing. Oh, they let Cooper Pratt run out onto the field by himself last night. Speaking of rookie hazing, Mason's
they left him.
Yeah, they left him. Yeah, it was great. Mason's extra points are next.
What's on Mason Crosby's mind today?
Now I'm thinking.
It's time for Extra Points, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis.
Tell me what's on your mind.
On the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Well, hey, we got some information about, Tommy's hat is not at Mama Tommy's house. She cleaned out his Jeep that he left there whenever he got his new car. It was disgusting, apparently, and there were lots of hats, but not that one.
When I look outside,
and all of your Christmas stuff from your mom.
I love that Tommy's going to lead here with making excuses instead of just owning up to it.
That your
personal
mom
responsibility, bro.
Also
in your car.
not true. That's just not true.
Do you not care about what your
completely
what your family gets you?
I will also say that when I look outside and it's pouring rain, I think great day to clean out a car. That's my first thought.
So you're blaming your mom for their choice
she cleaned
of when
it
she
out
cleaned
today?
it. No, she didn't clean it today.
Who said she cleaned it today, bro?
Because she's
cares
sending me
about you, Tommy?
pictures of shoes that were there, like keep or toss. Like as the show's
keep
going.
or toss.
I said toss.
Hey,
So Goodwill or just
got it
throw
in her
away?
mind. We talked about it. The hat might be there. She was trying to find it
It
for you.
was not in there.
All right, man. Well, hey, I'm excited. I love the tension of soccer. I know y'all don't quite get it, but I love it's like tension. All of a sudden, it breaks through. And
Let's go.
That's what I love about this beautiful game. But
And
I'm
go
going to keep
Brewers.
watching. And let's go Brewers. Let's get it. Game 2 hasn't been great for them, right? So
Nope.
let's see if we can get game 2 here tonight.
It's the Mason Crosby Show.